Chapter 6: The Sunken Treasure. The sea breeze caressed the surface of the ocean as Kaía and Mark's submarine delved into the depths once again. Kaía, together with Neptune, led the expedition towards the mysterious coordinates deciphered from the enigmatic message. Meanwhile, on the surface, the magic drone, equipped with artificial intelligence, closely followed the submarine's journey. Its cameras and sensors scanned the ocean horizon, revealing the majesty of the ocean from above and providing valuable information about the currents and marine life surrounding the underwater team. Mark, with his experience, supervised the controls of the submarine, ready for any eventuality in this new underwater adventure. The silence inside the submarine was occasionally broken by the soft hum of machinery and the echo of conversations between father and daughter. Kaía, with her eyes fixed on the control screens, commented, "Dad, do you think we will find something interesting at these coordinates? The message has taken us to incredible places so far." Mark, with a reassuring smile, responded, "Who knows, Kaía? The ocean always holds surprises. But whatever it is, we will face it together, as we always have." As they descended deeper, the underwater landscape became more and more intriguing. Flickering lights from sea creatures illuminated the darkness, and rock formations revealed centuries of underwater history. Kaía, fascinated by the spectacle, commented, "It's amazing, Dad. The beauty hidden beneath the waves never ceases to amaze me." Mark nodded, admiringly observing the underwater world through the glass hatches. The ocean is a mysterious and beautiful place, but it also hides dangers, especially at these depths, Mark warned, with a serious look at Kaía. "We must be attentive and monitor any marine anomaly, Kaía. There is always something new to discover, but we must also remember that the sea can be unpredictable and be prepared for any eventuality." Suddenly, Neptune beeped, indicating the proximity of the coordinates. Kaía adjusted the submarine's controls as they prepared to explore the area. The tension and excitement were palpable in the air as they approached the marked point on the seabed. As they approached, the outlines of an ancient shipwreck began to take shape on the submarine's screens. Mark and Kaía exchanged looks of amazement and anticipation. "Looks like we've found something big, Kaía," Mark exclaimed excitedly. Carefully, Kaía maneuvered the submarine closer to the wreck, while Neptune surveyed the surroundings for potential dangers. Once close, the submarine's lights illuminated the wreck, revealing its dark, algae-covered details. "Father, this is incredible," Kaía murmured, marveling at the sight of the shipwreck. "I never expected to find something like this in the middle of the ocean." Mark, with a thoughtful expression, looked at the remains of the ship. "This shipwreck must have been here for centuries. Who knows what secrets could be hidden inside?" They decided to explore the shipwreck cautiously, aware of the dangers that could lurk within its dark interior. Neptune led the way, using his lights to illuminate the way, while Kaía and Mark followed close behind. Skillfully, Kaía maneuvered the submarine with precision, gently bringing it to a stop right next to the wreck. Using the controls deftly, she adjusted the position to allow easy access to the bow side of the sunken ship, where Mark noticed an opening in the bow area. Once the submarine was secured, Kaía and Mark meticulously prepared for the dive. They put on their wetsuits, checked their oxygen tanks, and made sure all their equipment was in perfect condition. Neptune, equipped with a number of additional tools, prepared meticulously to accompany them on their underwater foray. Once everything was ready, Kaía and Mark ventured out of the submarine, approaching the wreck that was about 5 meters away. Neptune preceded them by a meter away, its light shining brightly, illuminating the path to the shipwreck and revealing details hidden in the depths of the ocean. It was as if they were opening a window to an unknown and fascinating underwater world. Kaía and Mark were amazed by the surprising landscape and the abundant marine life that unfolded before their eyes. Neptune was surprised by ocean currents as it approached the bow opening, causing the submarine to rock and briefly lose control. Alert to this situation, Neptune immediately transmitted the information to Kaía and Mark through the communicators, who acted quickly to prepare and take shelter near some reefs, anticipating the approaching currents. With skill, they managed to navigate the turbulent waters, although not without difficulty. Finally, Neptune stopped before the bow opening of the hull, waiting for Kaía and Mark to approach. However, their entry was interrupted by the sudden appearance of a tiger shark that pounced on them. Neptune reacted instantly, launching an arrow that hit the shark's side, momentarily leaving the marine predator incapacitated by the electrical impulse, and before the astonished eyes of Kaía and Mark, the shark vanished from their sight, dragged by the waves. Sea currents that returned it to the depths of the ocean. Surprised by the prompt and effective action of their protector and guide, Kaía and Mark barely had time to assimilate what had happened before cautiously accessing the interior of the wreck through the bow opening, thus beginning their exploration into the depths of the sunken ship. The atmosphere inside the shipwreck was charged with an aura of mystery and nostalgia. As they made their way through the corridors, the sound of water seeping through the cracks in the hull rang in their ears, creating a ghostly echo in the vast darkness around them. The creak of old wood and the gentle murmur of underwater currents added a sensory dimension to the experience. Flashes of light filtering through broken windows briefly illuminated the remains of the ship, revealing fragments of its lost history in intermittent flashes. They passed through the abandoned cabins, examining every detail for clues about the ship's cargo and crew. Suddenly, Neptune emitted a high-pitched whistle, drawing Kaía and Mark's attention to a dark corner of the shipwreck, directing them to one of the largest cabins they had inspected so far. There, among the rubble and darkness, they discovered an ancient trunk, covered in algae, varnish, and rusty iron. Carefully, Kaía and Mark returned to the submarine before opening the trunk, aware that the treasure waiting inside could contain ancient and fragile secrets that required delicate handling. With Neptune's help, they carefully transported the trunk to the safety of the submarine's interior, making sure to avoid any further damage to the precious artifacts. Once inside, Kaía and Mark meticulously prepared to open the trunk, recognizing the importance of preserving its historical and scientific contents. Using specialized tools, they began to remove the layers of algae and rust that covered the trunk's surface, slowly revealing its ancient and mysterious contents. Mark and Kaía exchanged looks of disbelief and excitement as they prepared to explore the treasures they had discovered in the depths of the ocean. Meticulously, Kaía and Mark opened the trunk, discovering that its closure was airtight, which increased their intrigue. Doing so revealed its contents, ancient artifacts, worn maps, and dust-covered documents. Mark and Kaía looked at each other, surprised and excited at the unexpected discovery. "It seems we have found a real treasure," Kaía, Mark said with a smile. These artifacts could hold the key to unlocking the secrets of this shipwreck and revealing the history that has been hidden for so long. Kaía nodded enthusiastically at the prospect of unraveling more mysteries about the shipwreck's past. Together, they meticulously examined each artifact, aware of the historical and scientific importance each find might have. With the submarine now packed with ancient treasures and intriguing maps, Kaía and Mark prepared to begin their return to the surface. Mark transmitted the geographical coordinates and the data obtained from inside the trunk to Magic, the drone that accompanied them from the surface. Meanwhile, Magic carefully inspected everything that happened from above, collecting data and performing scans of the underwater area. Soon, the drone identified the possibility of underwater tunnels beneath the wreck, information it quickly relayed to Mark. Despite being ready to leave, they decided to take advantage of the information provided by Magic and explore the interior of the shipwreck a little more. The creaking sounds of old wood and shipwreckage echoed in their ears as they moved forward, creating an atmosphere filled with mystery and anticipation. Following a clue found on one of the maps, they headed towards the ship's hold, where they discovered a secret entrance that led them through intricate marine volcanic tunnels. As they made their way through the narrow passages, Kaía and Mark removed some of their underwater equipment so they could maneuver more easily in the tight spaces of the underwater cavern. Carefully, they discarded their heavy backpacks and removed their fins, making sure to keep only the essentials with them to continue their exploration. Then, they continued through the cavern, illuminated by strange luminescent plasters that emitted a dim, greenish light. The fresh, humid air surrounded them, impregnated with the salty smell of the sea and the distant echo of the waves crashing against the underwater cliffs. In the center of the cavern, they discovered a rock cover with a pool of crystalline water in its center. As they approached, they noticed an opening in the floor that revealed an even larger cavern below. Curious, they descended a series of natural steps carved into the rock until they reached a submerged cavern where the water reached up to their waists. At the bottom of the cavern, among rock pillars and ancient coral, they found the treasure they had been looking for. The ancient chest rested on a stone platform, surrounded by marine relics and remains of the sunken ship. Kaía and Mark looked at each other, amazed by the discovery they had in front of them. "It's amazing," Kaía murmured, almost breathless with emotion. All this time, the treasure was here, waiting to be discovered. Mark nodded, sharing his amazement. "It's an incredible discovery, Kaía. But it's also a reminder of the history that lies beneath the waves, waiting to be revealed." Carefully, they picked up the treasure and carried it back to the submarine, ready to make the journey back to the surface. The return trip was filled with lively conversations about the day's discoveries and the possible implications of their findings. As they emerged from the ocean, the sun blazed on the horizon, marking the path back to Greg Base with its warm glow. The excitement of discovery resonated in the air, permeating every moment of the return as father and daughter prepared to share their findings with the base team. The mystery of the shipwreck and its lost treasure had unleashed a new chapter in Kaía and Mark's adventure, one loaded with promises of exciting discoveries and future underwater expeditions. With minds full of questions and hearts overflowing with excitement, they headed toward the base, ready to reveal the secrets they had discovered in the depths of the ocean.